I like to think that it's been very well established that I don't necessarily care that much about what fandom thinks of my perspectives and stuff like that because I will always assume that wrestling, just just fandom in general, is just a group of contrarians trying to sound right enough to be relevant to other contrarians who would just tell them, okay, I agree with you, but I disagree with this, blah, blah, blah. Like, for example, I 100% believe that because of this hyper contrarian nature that the wrestling fandoms are currently having, I 1 million% believe that like hating AEW is now just a trend. It's like it doesn't even have like it just sounds like if you ever actually sit down and like pay attention to why people like if you ask a person who hates AEW why they hate AEW, they'll give you the same exact reason, almost verbatim, what another fan said. Is always they don't sell out big arenas, which who cares, or they're not better than WWE, which is like you can't mentally fathom the idea of two wrestling companies being good at the same time. There's always or like they'll say some crap about like oh their matches are just bad, and it's like yeah, but in what way though? Because we all know that when somebody says something is just bad, that's just their way of just trying to fill up space, because being just bad is vague. Like you got to be specific about it, man. If you like man, I do not like when my hair does this. But that's what I'm saying though. It's vagueness. It's just like it doesn't make any sense to pull that card. It's like it's the difference between not liking something and actually having a reason for not liking something. Like, but the reason why I don't hate AEW is because AEW, first of all, is a good alternative. We are being presented with a chance to actually we're being presented with a chance to see more wrestling from more wrestlers in another company. You got and I love the fact that there is so much wrestling nowadays that you could genuinely just you can get through your entire assortment and just figure out what you want to see and if you like it or not. And wrestling, and there's an entire group of wrestling fans out there who just basically devote every second of every moment of every day to cyberstalking AEW just to tell them how much they think that they suck. AEW has literally been around for almost more than 5 years now. It's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? Like this is, and it's like we've gotten matches that we probably would have never seen in WWE or TNA or whatever. We got y'all got. If I'm not didn't y'all get Osprey versus Omega? Didn't y'all get we got a chance to see Shibata make a comeback. That man, we was afraid that man wasn't even going to walk again. And he is now walking and kicking and beating people up. Same thing with Kyle O'Reilly. We get a chance to see Kyle O'Reilly and Edge and Paige and wrestlers who had career-ending injuries come back. You know what I'm saying? We're getting a chance to see professional wrestlers who we genuinely, by the way, let's hold out hope for Dalton Castle too, right? But the fact of the matter is that we're seeing wrestlers get a chance to just do more with what they want to do, and people are just looking at this and going, well, I don't like it because it's not WWE. You know what I mean? And it's like, are you a child? Are you 12? Grow up out of that mindset, bro. It doesn't have to be, one company doesn't have to be the best. If you look at professional wrestling like a tower, all you're going to do is be trying to knock it down so you can put your favorites up top just so you can knock it down again and put your new favorites up top. You'll find yourself, if you look at something like, oh, well, it's not better than, if you find yourself saying that, you're going to find yourself disliking stuff that you used to like. Appreciate the fact that we are now being given this vast array of just wrestling. And the one thing I kind of hate is when wrestling fans be like, oh, well, so you just like any wrestling? Yes, I do. I do like any wrestling because I like wrestling. Even the bad wrestling, I don't believe in bad wrestling. Wrestling is an art form, bro. Wrestling is an art form. It's like, if you think that professional wrestling is bad, then why are you watching it still? You know what I mean? Why are you watching and not booking? I will always ask this question. Why are you watching and not booking? Why, man, the one moment where I'm going to roll and my Discord is going crazy. Like but then again, I'm in like multiple communities. Fun fact about being a professional, uh, just to get back to discussion because I am on Discord. MXM, the Maximum Male Models, Mason Mansour, they actually have a Discord. They actually have a Discord chat that they have, and it's like it's silly. You know what I'm saying? They have it. Wow, what is happening here? Y'all are losing. Y'all are acting up, bro. Calm down. That's not even a chat, by the way. I don't know what chat it is, but the fact of the matter is that like but it's like like there's right like there's for those I was a big fan of Mason Mansour from like way back. I was a big fan of Mace when I found out that he was a black nerd. You know what I'm saying? Because he likes like anime and playing video games and things like that. I just thought that that was the coolest thing ever. So like one time so I decided to like check into his content, and I saw his Twitch streams, and there's a Twitch stream from like a way back when Keith Lee gave Mansoor Grizzly Magnum to his back, his because they I think they lost the game or something, and you just see Keith Lee go bam, and you just see Mansoor just crumble and just and just crumble and just fall to the floor. It's like it's crazy. You had the insiders with the Mace, Mansoor, Demo, and Dijak, and I think it was Shane Thorne as well. And but it was like you kind of had this whole thing dedicated to their community. Then AEW gaming becomes a thing, and now wrestling fans who apparently don't care that much about wrestling to know about their Twitch stream beforehand. It's like this is just up, up, down, down. It's like it's not though. It's literally not though. Like they was doing this too. There's a lot of wrestlers who have Twitch streams. Like, why y'all doing this? It's crazy. Well, what I'm trying to point out is that like it's just crazy to me that like I said, hating AEW. There's hating AEW, and like what I mean to say is there is having a reasonable criticism towards AEW, and then there's just hating it because it's not WWE. You know what I mean? And I feel like this generation of fans don't know the difference between the two, so they just put those two together and just say, well, it's good criticism because it not being WWE is good criticism. It's like, if your whole perspective is that your ideal company is WWE, then just watch WWE. Or watch a company that you think is similar to WWE, because there's a whole bunch of wrestling companies to choose from. I'm just saying though, is that like hating that there's I feel like there's like a select few fans out there that actually genuinely do like wrestling, and there's a few of them that just think that WWE is the end all be all, so they think that every company should be like WWE, and then there's other fans out there who just don't like anything and don't want anybody to have a good time, so they just say everything about professional wrestling sucks until I like it, and if I like it, that means it's perfect. It's like, no. Like, I ain't gonna lie. The AEW haters is what's making me actually like AEW a lot more. Like, I don't hate AEW because it has so many haters. Because there's only so much reasons why everybody should hate this company. It's like, it's wild. Especially, like, because if I want to talk about the Tony Khan and the CM Punk and the Jack Perry whole situation, it's like wrestling fans didn't even know who to hate in that one. They just kept ping pong. They just kept going up. We hate the Young Bucks too. We hate Ace Steel too. We hate a dog too. We hate CM Punk too. We hate Tony Khan too. We hate Jungle Boy too. We hate Glass. It's just like, at some point we have to really stop taking the word of these fans so seriously, because these fans just don't want to like anything. And they try to make it seem like them not liking anything is more important than the product itself. And it's not. It's just a trend. It's just a bandwagon trend. This was long and I'm sorry, but that's it. I need to get that out. All right, back to watching wrestling.